Oh, hey yo, how's it going? Fatty here. Hope you're having a wonderful time on Scorched Earth. I know I am, and in today's video, we are going to be taming Fasolasuchus. It is going to be the new tame. We're going to kind of talk about some of its abilities, where to find it, what you need to know before you go out and try to tame one for yourselves. And let's not waste any more of your time and just jump straight into it. So starting off, they can be really found pretty much anywhere on that outer ring of Scorched Earth. So kind of like where the Wyvern Trench is, you know how it's like in the like desert where you can find like the death worms, anything just on like the far, as far west, far east, far north, and far south as you can go. They're just going to be roaming all around there. Now, all you're going to need before you go there is have a few grenades. You're going to want to have a full set of ghillie suit, and then just the taming food that you're going to want inside of it. You know, whether it's root meat, prime meat, mutton, or just some kibble of that kind. That's what you're going to need. So when you do find them, what you're going to need to do is when you approach it, you need to be crouching and just walk slowly towards it. And then it's going to start to bury itself. And then it'll kind of do a little mound animation. They won't actually do this animation unless something is kind of close to them in proximity. So they kind of sense it and then go into this trap mode is what I'm going to call it. So what you want to do is just slowly approach it. It'll go into this trap mode. When you do, just kind of like the dossier says, you have to kind of weaken its shell a little bit before you can, start to tame it. So you're just going to want to throw one grenade in. And I really didn't find when I was testing this out anything higher than level 50. But every time I did it, it was only one grenade to kind of get it to pop out of its mound. And as soon as that happens, you want to rush at it and press C, and then you're going to go for a little joyride. Now, this little joyride actually kind of takes quite a bit. I did this on more of official settings, so if you can see how long it's going to take, I'll speed up through the footage a little bit, but you have to smash through a ton of rocks. And when you do, you're finally going to get it to knock out. But there are a few things you really kind of want to be aware about before you start this taming process. For one, if you kind of hit, there are the things where you can place the water fountains or the wells. They're kind of like oases. If you hit those, you will instantly stop riding it, and then it's just kind of game over. You have to wait for it to de-aggro on you, kind of go away, come back, and then you can try the whole process again. But anything that makes you firmly stop is going to just totally kill it. Not kill the tame, but kill your taming progress, and you're going to have to restart. Now, you don't have to worry about, when I started doing this, I noticed like when I was hitting a rock, like I would lose control a little bit, and I was afraid that if I hit too many things in a row, that it was just going to kind of like slow my momentum down enough that it was going to kind of do the same thing, and that is just not the case. So when you are taming these things, you want to find a place that is going to be closer to like the main area where there's going to be a ton of stones, because Scorched Earth is great for finding a bunch of flint and things like that. So you just want to be close enough to those kind of areas that you can just smash as many rocks, because if you hit trees, you will kind of start to slow down and stuff, but it's not going to give you the same torpidity effect. It doesn't give you any at all. So you really just want to hit a bunch of rocks. But you don't also want to be close enough to like a cliff's edge or one of the mountains that when you hit that, you're going to dismount. So kind of picking your area of where you want to do this is going to be huge. Now, once you do tame it, it's pretty straightforward. Once you knock it out, you just feed it, and then it's yours. The saddle's pretty easy to make. It's just pretty basic saddle things. Now, what you can do on this one is if you hold spacebar, you'll go under, just kind of like you see them go under the dirt and kind of swim around. You have that ability too. And then when you're under there, you can press your secondary attack button, your right click. I'm not exactly sure what it is on consoles, but you can start to do the little sandstorm thing where you kind of immobilize them. You only immobilize them for what I counted to be about 6 seconds, give or take a second or two. And then during that time, they can't really move. So it's going to be useful when someone's trying to soak, or, when you're trying to stop someone from getting away for a second, if they're like, being hunted down on a giga. But it does kind of take a second to get up. So I'm not 100% sure how this is going to be really effectively used. I think mainly it's going to be used for like if a stego or a trike or something is soaking and you're going to try to hold them there for just a second longer, especially since there's no nets on ASA right now. I see that potentially being pretty good. Another thing with these guys is they're really good at collecting flint. I had official rates, and I was kind of just smashing through some rocks after I tamed it, just on accident. And I noticed I gained like quite a bit of flint for just not even doing anything except for just, moving around. So these guys might be a good alternative to getting flint. You don't really gather any stone or anything else like that. So if you just need specifically flint, it's going to be pretty good for that. Now, the elephant of the room with this thing, the thing that really I wanted to tame it just to test it, is the fact that it can hurt saddles. Now, I messed around with this thing for probably a good hour. Now, I haven't really slept much because Scorched Earth just came out, and I've been trying to, get as much information and videos out there as possible. But I did one durability to a primitive carb saddle, and I believe it was with the debris click, but I did that several times after and never got it to take another durability click. I bid a whole bunch. I did all the different things. I did the sandstorm swirl underneath. I think it's called the Maelstrom is what it's actually called. But I could not get it to damage it any further. So I know for the fact it can, but for just argument's sake, the fact that it's not really taking much on a primitive saddle, I put every single point I could into melee, gave it the full XP, and it still wasn't doing anything to the saddle except for that original one tick, which was like one of the very first attacks I did while testing this, and then I could not get it to do it again. So I don't know if you guys know actually how to damage saddles or anything like that. Please leave a comment down below so I can update this video. I'll definitely pin your comment down below. And thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to be posting a lot of more resource guides. I already have one hidden base video out there. I'm going to be doing a rat hole later today, as well as mainly silica pearls oil, all that good stuff that you're going to need to know where to find it. Thank you guys Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next couple videos. Peace.